Nearly forgot to fasten my helmet up again. Here we are in Massum, and there's one of my subscribers, Ken. Say hello, Ken. Ken's lost his mate somewhere around Kirby Malzard. Right, buddy, ride safe. Hope you find your pal. Came up to me and said I recognise Norman before I recognise you. Norman, star of the show. Right, we are recording. Yes. I've swapped cameras around now, so tell me what you think. I've now got the new Insta 360 Ace Pro 2 on the helmet and the GoPro Hero 13 on the bike. So let me know what that thinks, if there's any difference or not. The GoPro, to my eye, seems to have a bit of a slightly warmer colour temperature than the Insta, but of course I normally play around with that in editing, in colour grading anyway. So anyway, let me know what you think. And we're going to go to Scar House via Leighton Reservoir and Loft House, and this is just a little run out to test the camera setup and to give Norman his first proper run since Appleyards very kindly replaced the chain that had seized up. All covered under warranty. Lovely job. Always something uniquely rewarding, almost intoxicating about riding these little classic 350s in these necks of the woods. Absolutely in his element. So, a heartfelt thank you to everybody who commented so kindly on the video that I did about the old man, and drawing comparisons between his diary of his two-wheeled exploits and his photographs that went with it, and drawing parallels between that and what I do on this channel. And yeah, some really interesting and touching stories from people about their own losses and how they coped with it. So thank you to everybody. In relation to the number of views of that particular video, the number of comments was definitely way above what I would normally expect, and I'm still wading my way through those, but I will read them all and I will respond one way or another. But thank you. Yeah, I was quite taken aback by the number of responses and how candid people were prepared to be about their own particular feelings. And that's got to be one of the biggest upsides of running a channel like this, is if through my endeavours that I can bring a moment of reflection and contemplation for people and whatever it is I might be waxing lyrical about. Oh, it's great to see that feedback. I should just accept a couple of corrections that were politely made, that when I talked about being in my 6th decade at 62, of course when you're in your 60s you're in your 7th decade, aren't you? Because your 7th decade starts on your 60th birthday. So yeah, I hope you forgive me that slight inadvertent misrepresentation. I know what I meant. Lovely little village of Fearby here in Nidderdale. Beautiful place. Next little village is Healy, another beautiful little place. Lovely little church on the right, you'll see. And we are forecast for the next 3 days weather like this. Stunning. Not what you would normally expect in the middle of March. But the daffodils are already out, and I think we can safely say that spring is well and truly here. And it's the anticipation of glorious spring days like this that certainly keep me going through the dark, cold winter months. And before you know where you are, here we are, springtime in the English countryside. In Nidderdale. Nidderdale, not actually part of the Yorkshire Dales National Park, but it is a designated area of natural beauty, an AONB. And so, not part of the national park, but an area designated for its outstanding landscapes, as we're about to find out. Oh, bless it. Yes, absolutely effortless riding these classic 350s. I am like a kid looking forward to Christmas at the moment, looking forward in a couple of weeks to the arrival of the classic 650, which is promised for the end of this month. And thank you to everybody that commented on that bike, and the vast majority of people who commented said they thought it was a good idea. There were a couple of people who said you should have kept the CF Moto, but the vast majority gave me the old thumbs up. So thank you for that. There were a couple of people saying you'll get diddly squat for that CF Moto, you'll get nothing for it. Well, you were wrong. Can't give you precise details, obviously, but let me tell you, I'm very, very happy with the arrangement with Appleyards for the exchange of that bike for the Classic 650. Very happy indeed. There we go, daffodils, beautiful, just look at this. I was at Appleyards the other day and I was looking at the well, it was when I dropped Norman off for the chain doing, and I was looking at the new colour schemes of the Classic 350 of this bike, and they are stunning. I mean, the green and chrome version, that's a fantastic looking piece of art. And then there's a red one, and there's another colour, sort of a bit beigey and brown, but they look absolutely stunning. I still think this is the best colour. It's certainly the most period accurate colour for a bike like this, to my mind. There we go, that's Leighton Reservoir, look at that. What a sound. Hey, you gotta love a single. Absolutely guarantee you, if I was carving through these switchbacks on a high-end 20 grand motorcycle, I wouldn't be having anything like as much fun as I'm having on this little 350cc single here. That's the beauty of these less powerful bikes, is that you can explore their full potential, and in so doing realising that you're using the bike exactly the way that it's meant to be used. The other thing about the 350 J series engines is they open up significantly over time. So this bike now has got, I think, about 2,500 miles. And from the sort of 2,000 mile point onwards, I think the engine is fully loosened out, if you will. And the difference between the performance I'm getting from this bike now and the performance that I got on day one with 0 miles on it is significant. So what you should never do when it comes to buying something like the Classic 350, or the Hunter 350, or the Bullet 350, or the Meteor 350, is to give up prematurely on the basis that you get the impression that the engine is gutless. You just need to persevere. You need to be patient, because the engine opens up a little bit once you get past the first 300 miles and the first service, and then it gradually continues to open up and loosen up and become more responsive and willing and tractable as you pile the miles on. And then I think you sort of get to 2,000 miles and I think, you know, this is what the bike is all about. So, another quick plug for you. Hey! If you want one of these ride iron vintage armoured jackets, very reasonably priced, about 140 quid, something like that, but you can also get 10% off if you follow the link in the description below. And likewise with these here, ride iron 3-stage cordless heated gloves, 10% off, both with code TBW10. Follow the link in the description below or in the pinned comments. Grab yourself a bargain. There were one or two comments from people who sort of said, what's the point of having a classic 350 and a classic 650? Well, the point is, one's a 350 single, which is a certain kind of experience, and the other is a 650 parallel twin, which is a certain kind of experience. And of course with the other two bikes, with the BSA Goldstar, that's a single, but it's a liquid cooled single. It's a lot more powerful than this bike. And so it's a lot more responsive, so that's a different riding experience again. And then there's the Moto Guzzi V7, which has 66 brake horsepower, V-twin, and that's a different experience again. So in terms of the riding experience, all four bikes are markedly different. They may well all share the same retro or modern classic label, but in terms of the ride and to a certain extent in terms of the looks, they're four very, very different bikes, four distinct personalities. And bigger, more refined multi-cylinder bikes don't have personalities, to my mind. Four-cylinder engines, four-cylinder bikes just leave me cold. I get why a lot of people do like them, smooth, refined. The power delivery with them does tend to be higher up the rev range, so the more about top-end power and less about low-down torque. But I am definitely one of them there low-down torque lovers. And yeah, four-cylinder engines just leave me a bit flat. So do six-cylinder engines. I've had two six-cylinder bikes, BMW K1600 GTL and a Honda Goldwing GL 1800. The BMW predates this channel, but there is some coverage of the Goldwing if you look far enough back. All fantastic, both fantastic bikes in their own individual right, but absolutely no rock and roll, no character, no personality about the engines whatsoever. Whereas something like this, or a parallel twin, particularly if it has a 270-degree crank like the Classic 650 has, then you're really getting that classic motorcycle vibe going on. I mean, just look at that. That just warms the spirit. A view like that, descending down into Lofthouse now. And it's just the gift that keeps on giving in this neck of the woods. There we go, Scar House, Yorkshire Water. Don't get me started, Yorkshire Water. Don't get me started on any of the water companies. Hey! Look at this. There's a bit of a waterfall coming up here. It's very picturesque. There it is, look. If you've not been up to Scar House Reservoir, it's very, very impressive. Bit of fairly early 20th century engineering. It was built in the 20s into the early 30s by Bradford City Waterworks when it was a municipal company, not a bloody thieving, law-breaking, privatised outfit. Hey! And that's as I don't regard that as politics, I just regard it as an historic example as to how greed and criminal behaviour can proliferate amongst people who are charged with providing the staff of life, water, without which we cannot survive. Right, that's it for today. Just a bit of an extra video. A bit of admin just to keep you updated with the bits and bats. And of course any excuse to come out into the Nid Valley and a little run up to Scar House. Glorious. If you're in this neck of the woods, get yourself up to Scar House. You won't be disappointed. Bit of a picnic area at the top there. Feed the chaffinches. Beautiful. Yeah, right, so if you've enjoyed this, if you enjoy my endeavours in these beautiful landscapes and you want to support the channel, please would you consider subscribing? Just click that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a penny, not now, not ever, completely free of charge, as is all of my work on this channel. I don't have a Patreon, I don't have channel membership. I fund all this myself for the love of it. But if you would like to show your appreciation, hey, you can subscribe to the channel, and that'll be all I really ask. If you are feeling particularly generous, as always, the super thanks button below. Click that, buy me a coffee if you like. But if you would subscribe, I'd really appreciate it, because it makes a massive difference to me. It's what keeps the channel going. Alright, and with that then, I'll wish you safe riding, and until the next time, and in the meantime, do ride safe, be kind, and I'll see thee!